Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, we are deliberating on the topic how to identify attention leakage. We know what attention is, our ability to stay focused, stay on task, be able to listen to what somebody is saying, or to be able to understand what I have on my hand to complete right now. It's like focusing, concentrating to get a job done. But many of us, especially children, we see that we are distracted. There is no one major distraction. It is like several of these small little things that get distracted: a dog barking, a train honking, or this garbage truck making this loud announcements, and I get distracted. Somebody fighting on the street, I get all distracted. I want to go watch what's happening there. So, somewhere these little, yeah, ditto with adults, yes. Um, there are these systems in us. One is this outward, fast-paced, triggered by novelty, triggered by some emotional cues. We want to get all engaged. And there is another system silently working in us. Slow down, think, pause, deliberate. You don't have to jump into everything. But there is also this neuroplasticity. What I do more often becomes a pattern. Repetition creates these patterns. So if I repeat this getting engaged, jumping in, distracted as a pattern, then slowing down, deliberating is not so comfortable. That's something that I have not experienced. I have to consciously develop that. So somewhere this attention keeps leaking. At certain point, I don't even have the strength to sit through, pull through. So the life energy kind of depletes, and we don't understand what's happening. We can go check it out by doctors. There are some focusing pills now, they call it ADHD, whatnot, but I am not able to recover from it. So we need to begin paying attention, taking our own examples for sure to understand where and how this attention leaks, and apply it to the children that under our influence, to see how much of distraction they have. I mean, right now, right from the minute you wake up, there's distraction, bright lights, noise pollution. There's so many different kinds of sounds that come. Newspaper, and I just saw, uh, at least in three or four of my groups, hailstorm in Bangalore yesterday. There are all these videos and images flooding, of everyone takes a picture. Everyone who's on the road has taken a video, and everybody wants to post it. And can I say enough is enough? Can I not even look at those images? A friend of mine complains, he'll keep posting these nice videos, and he says nobody even responds. And I mean, at some point there may be very good videos, but do I really want to respond? So yes, we get distracted, but can I consciously say, yes, I have seen there was a hailstorm in Bangalore. Yes, it's like white carpet all over the place, trees have fallen, autos are stuck, cars are damaged. I know all of that. Now what do I do? Now what is that I need to do? Do I want to forward those images to others? Do I want to talk about it again and again to people around me? Oh, this happened in North Karnataka also. This is happening again here. God knows what may be happening. Well, again, they may be interesting. They may be the hype of the day, breaking news of the day. But then every day has a breaking news. In the process of that, I'm broken. So that is where I need to really consciously look at. I feel my day has been very, very busy, but end of the day, I'm not fulfilled. I'm not happy. That is when you know that attention is somewhere leaking. Being busy does not mean I was engaged meaningfully. So it is like, did I choose or did environment choose me? I mean, was I just drifting along? That is not flexibility, because end of the day, I'm still feeling empty. If that is a pattern, you could check every 2 hours or so. How do I feel right now? Am I satisfied with what I did? Especially if we get onto the Insta, right? Hours go by. End of that hour, what did I learn? So the best way is, if you watch something, let's say cooking show, reel, and I watch it and I just shut it down. I replay the entire reel in my head. And what is it? Would I like it to make it? Would I enjoy that? Is it too much of an elaborate process? Do I have to go out of my way to get the ingredients? Is it simple enough? Whatever my parameters are, do that, and next look at the next reel after having done it. We have talked about fragmentation. I'm too much in the head, then attention goes. But if I bring it into the body, you got to do it with attention. I cannot be mindlessly cooking, then I'll add double salt or whatever. So when it comes into the body, that is when you are able to manage the attention. So sit down, chop vegetables with attention. You cannot mindlessly be at the cutting board, right? So this constant mental activity because of external stimulus, which leaves you drained at the end of that show, is attention leaking a big time. Right? And you could also see yourself, especially if we are of this sanguine temperament, you will know that we naturally kind of switch a lot. Melancholics, the earth element, naturally are grounded a lot. They won't switch that easily. But sanguines are the opposite. You could have like 5 projects going on simultaneously. I know it. I look at my diary, I keep everything around me, and I look at the diary. Oh, I didn't do the journal, so I'll just pick it up, read the message halfway through, don't even finish completely. I start journaling because I don't want to forget it. And in that, there's some message comes up that I need to respond. I drop writing, I start answering. And then somebody calls from the outside, I need to go pay attention. This constant mental switching. Not one task is at any time completely done. So we got to take care of that. Put your phone on silent mode for 15 minutes. I mean, we are not going to miss out a whole lot. And then say, yes, I'm tempted to write, but I'll hold it. You could keep it out of the way, out of your sight also. This rapid switching of tasks somewhere weakens the ability to think deeply. So that again, ability to think deeply has to be a neural path that I need to wire by repeating that pattern. So this small little distraction can truly create internal exhaustion. I mean, you could feel exhausted, but you may have done nothing physical. There was one time I was invited for like a retreat kind of a session. I was supposed to be with teachers for 5 days in Aircard, a hill station. And I was like, wow, this is going to be fun. And then I had a room for myself. Unfortunately, there was a lady teacher in the group, and she also had a room for herself, but she was super scared to be on her own. She said, ma'am, can I share the room with you? And I'm like, oh, I couldn't say no. And then there was this constant talking, questioning, because it was in-house. We went for breakfast together. After the session, we went for walks together, had dinner together. 5 days, I was exhausted. It took me 2 weeks to recover from it. And then I was wondering, what happened? I didn't even know that I was mentally exhausted. It took me 2 weeks, and then slowly after, like, more recently also, when I read about all of these, I'm understanding how exhausted it was, because constant interaction. You feel that even when in a social setup, you could be a very social person, but then at some point you want some time to yourself, withdraw from the crowd, which is good. My social battery is done. Could be that's where my attention is also leaking. So it's the breathe in, breathe out we talk about, the rhythm we talk about is that you go, interact, talk, do whatever, withdraw, and come, focus, and do something, one tangible thing that you feel good about having completed it. It could be a short phone call that you have been putting off. That will give you a peace of mind. That will ground you. Right. Another way that we lose attention is the emotional residue. We go talk to somebody, there's some interaction, they make a comment, and then I sit and reflect on it, mull on it, deliberate on it to see how mean that person was. It may not have been for me at all, but I keep thinking over and over and over, and eventually it's like the situation happened at one time, but then I repeat it so many times. So look for all of these attention leakages at like 4 levels. One at your physical body, where are you overstimulated, overexhausted, you feel restless. Then in your life body, where the rhythms are broken, where you don't have your sleep schedule, your meal schedule, your breathing is erratic, you are unable to maintain a rhythmic day, a routine in the day. And then at the astral body level, at your feelings level, are your emotions being pulled? Is someone blackmailing you? A simple thing, the child may say, if you don't give me chocolate, I will not eat this vegetable. You feel emotionally pulled. And then there's mother-in-law saying, how come you give so many chocolates? Father-in-law saying, give chocolates. You're all torn apart in this. And then at your own eye level identity, is my life going in the direction I want? Am I having the right kind of friends? Am I able to listen and talk properly? All of these is taking away a little bit of my attention. So the best thing is, wake up in the morning, establish that rhythm. No phone, no looking at the messages. Wake up earlier than everybody does. Get that 15-30 minutes of time for yourself where there is no noise, beautiful sunrise, some birds chirping, no external demands, nobody has woken up yet, no coffee, no milkman. Settle the nervous system. Begin building that pattern. Notice it, something, and then remove it. Become aware. So attention is that life happening to me without sometimes my permission. It's invisible. So begin paying attention to it and build rhythm around it. So we would feel fulfilled, we would not be exhausted, and we will do the right things that need attention at that time. Good luck.